Now, if something should go to the Supreme Court, and the court is 8 members, and it's pretty much, pretty much along philosophical, political lines. If it comes to that, should Ruth Bader Ginsburg recuse herself from anything involving Donald Trump after she made derogatory comments about him and then admitted she was wrong and had to apologize for them? Could any decision of that magnitude ever involving her be taken seriously?
No, I think you have a point about that. But then again, Sandra Day O'Connor should have recused herself from Bush versus Gore, because she told people when she saw the networks calling initially Florida for Gore, she said that's a disaster, and she walked out, and that was publicized, and she sat on the case. The rules are different for the Supreme Court. There are no rules for the Supreme Court.
Right.
They decide themselves whether or not to recuse themselves. And of course, Scalia didn't recuse himself, even though his son stood to get a job if Bush won the election rather than Gore. So the rules of the Supreme Court are the Wild West.
Right.
They decide whatever they want to do, and they're not bound by any code of judicial conduct.
No, but if Alan Dershowitz could look back on something or in advance of it say, yes, she should recuse herself, or no?
Yeah, I would say that generally, I would have much preferred to see a system where she would have to recuse herself, Sandra Day O'Connor would have to recuse herself, and maybe they wouldn't talk out so much. Maybe the end result would be justices would behave like justices, not like political figures, and not tell us. Justice Harlan, once he got appointed to the Supreme Court, said, I'm never again going to vote in an election.
Right.
I get one vote on the Supreme Court. I'm not going to vote in an election. I don't want any partisanship to influence my judicial decision.
Fair enough, but I'll just ask you one more time just for clarity. So if a case does come before that court about this election, you would say she should recuse herself?
In an ideal world, she should recuse herself.
Okay.